What are we doing?
We're building a motor here.
What's this motor for?
Jeff?
Oh, okay.
You know you're gonna have to move this.
Why? You about to pull that out? Let me get the cam in real quick.
Let him do the cams.
Right as he fucking starts recording.
Let me use my cam and film him putting his cam.
Ooh.
This is a 427, am I correct?
Yeah, it's just forged pistons, stock rod, stock crank.
Okay.
Tell me if you hear this.
What?
Before CJ so rudely interrupted, Dan's got the cam in now. I believe he'll probably get the oil pump on and cam gear and all that stuff, and then I believe we should get the heads on and pull the car in and throw this motor in. As you guys can see, the motor's already all finished up and put together, ready to go in the car. Over the last few days, when Dan had some free time, I just pieced the motor together, little bits here and there.
Yeah, there you go. Damn.
Yeah, buddy.
You got the bolt with you?
That's a bench press right there, buddy. Hold on. Push it towards me more.
We got the motor in. Piece of cake, it actually went in pretty smoothly. Now, start putting everything back together. Dang, Dan. You got this thing done freaking fast. I mean, heck, says it right there, fast. Dan had like the block in there. I left for lunch and came back, and it was all this was on. Intake was already on, valve covers, coils, intake. Wow. You did this car quick, Dan. You did this car real quick. Looks like you still got to do coolant, and then we're waiting on oil. Like, oh, we're still doing spark plugs too, right? Is that what you're doing right now? Yeah. Yeah, so doing spark plugs on that side. Obviously, you can see you still got this side to do. And this thing came together quick. Of course, got that beautiful carbon intake. This is a nice car.
C6 Z06, 07, forged pistons, factory rods, titanium rods, and factory crank. Getting ready to fire it up for the first time. Let's see how she sounds. Come on, baby.
Looking good?
Yeah. Something might have an exhaust leak. I got a manifold, but everything else sounds good. It's got the Johnson's high bar lifters in it. Awesome. We need 600 and no, 620. But yes,
I was just about to say 620.
620 would be great. You say how much? You're smoking crack. I mean, really, how much? What do you think?
It was 13 and a half.
How much?
It was 13 and a half compressor.
I thought it was 12 and a half. I think he changed it. I think it was going to be 13 and a half, but I think we ended up going 12 and a half.
Oh.
Because he was going to do E85, and he decided just to run like 109 all the time. So he didn't want to go crazy. I think it was 12 and a half to 1. With that intake, I wish we could do the MSD. I bet you with this intake, 620 retires. Today we are on Mr. Cope's 2007 C6 Z06. Man, the car we used to build a lot of back in the day with these LS7 platforms, 427 cubic inches. This one used to be our heads and cam package. He's had the car for years. He brought it back to freshen up the motor. It is running on 109 unleaded because the higher compression. Still has a fast intake on it. Just made 2 pulls. Second pull I just made 628 and 535 torque. You can see we put a really big camshaft in it. It's still making power at 6,800 RPMs, even with that fast intake manifold. There are different intakes out there that we can change to have this thing make even more power and move the power band. You know, keep it making power even higher at 7,000 RPMs. But right now it's pretty gnarly for an NA car to make 630s. That's roughly 725, 730 flywheel horsepower. I'm gonna put a couple degrees of timing in it. I'm gonna see if it's gonna take it. I don't think it's gonna take much more, but 630 will probably be our final number to ship it with. But again, I'm gonna add a degree right now and see what it does.
What happened on that pull?
I added just 1 degree up top, see what it picked up, and it did pick up, but only like 3 horsepower, so it made 631, 541. I knew on the last pull we were almost at the edge, and that's it right there. I'll probably put another half a degree in it up top. Again, it's pulling all the way to 6,900. I'll put another half a degree in it, see if it picks up anything, and most likely pull that degree and a half back out, so it'll be shipping about where it made 628. But again, I love it with that fast intake, and it's still pulling all the way to 6,800 RPMs. The torque, 540 foot-pounds of torque. Obviously, with the big cam and the intake, it just doesn't make much power below 4,000 RPM. So it's a stick car, so the customer needs to know how to drive it, which this guy doesn't know how to drive it. So racing somebody, you got to make sure you're in your power band. So you have to be about 5,000 RPMs or so, but you know, when he goes to race it. But it's good. You can pull it to 7,000 RPMs and bang next gear. All in all, it's a nasty, naturally aspirated setup without going to crazy solid roller or nothing like that. It's still a hydraulic roller cam. For it to make that kind of power is pretty good. It takes good care of it. The paint's really nice. Obviously, y'all can see the wheels and tires and the brakes on it. Under the hood is immaculate.
Yeah, I think
Interior, you know, as far as the seats and everything, I love the, you know, the suede steering wheel in this thing. Again, it's an 07, so we're talking about a 13-year-old car, and man, I think it's gorgeous. So she runs as good as she looks. If it was mine, I would add a little nitrous kit to it, get it about 800 in the tires with a drag radial on it. Oh man, it'd be fun to drive. But for now, he's gonna keep it like this, and he's always liked naturally aspirated cars, so I think he'll like it. As I say that, I bet you within 6 months he puts a nitrous kit on it. What? He'll come back, we need to put big, it's out of injector, so it does still have the stock injectors in it, which is pretty crazy. But the injectors are maxed out. It'd be cool to put bigger injectors in it, put it on E85, see how much horsepower it gains, if it gains any, and then put a nitrous kit on. I put a nitrous kit on, put like a little plate kit on it, like a little 150, and get it close to 800 real horsepower. And again, these cars, especially the C6 Z06s, the power to weight ratio, racing against like a new Mustang or a new 6th gen Camaro or a new Cadillac, man, these cars run very well, very strong. Like just like the C6 Z01s that we just did. You know, we compare that to a C7, and for some reason they just, man, they run very well compared to the newer cars.